So I'm about 6 weeks out from having a disc replacement between L5S1, and never did I think I'd be doing this. Just a little backstory on this. First of all, I'm not new to surgery. I've had lots of surgeries, including a bicep tear repair. I had a ruptured disc 8 years ago between L5S1. I've had multiple cosmetic procedures on the boobage, which is no longer there. I shared publicly when I had an explant, I'd had 5 breast implants surgeries over 33 years. I know, it's ridiculous. I started when I was age 19, finally explanted about a year and a half ago. Anyways, I thought my surgery situation was going to be complete. I've got a strong background in fitness, fat loss, nutrition. My gosh, I built my whole business on fitness and nutrition for years, and on being strong, having a strong core, doing all the things. This was me. So just so you can see what I looked like kind of in my prime of all this. Anyways, I was on set years ago, ruptured a disc between L5S1. It completely ruptured out so bad that I got foot drop and my right leg stopped working. It was nuts. So I ended up having an emergency surgery where they just removed the rupture just so I could walk again. So they removed the rupture. I did not at the time do a fusion. I did not do a disc replacement. And the reason I didn't do it is at the time a disc replacement was not perfected at all. And the fusion scared me because if you fuse together where you were missing disc, if you fuse together, it's basically like cemented together. It's locked together, and that I learned could create other issues with the disc above it. It could create a lot of other issues with your hips. So I chose not to do that. Now, what I chose to do instead was, because I had that training background, was I decided, okay, if I build my glutes super strong, like really build my glutes super strong and get my core even stronger, which is crazy because my core was very strong. But if I did that, I would basically take my lower back out of the equation. So when you build strong glutes, you build strong core, you can actually remove L5S1 from the equation, which really worked for a long time for me. I was able to stay out of pain for many, many years. As I would have pain spells, because you can't avoid sitting forever, and I couldn't avoid all movements that would flare it up, I really learned the power of eating anti-inflammatory and really like doing all the things like red light and infrared, just doing all the things to constantly watch inflammation, keep it down. Well, fast forward, I'm 53 now, and it's just gotten more and more challenging to keep up with managing the pain. It's like near impossible to not have pain. So I recently did a new MRI and a CAT scan, and this is what it showed. So if you're looking at here, what it showed was that my disc, because it ruptured out, those vertebrae have started to compress together, and they're starting to do something called autofuse. Autofuse means on their own, they're fusing together. Now, some of you might think that's a good thing, like to auto-fuse together, like would you be out of pain? The problem is no, it's creating a lot more pain because you can't control what's fusing within that, your nerves, other things. And it's kind of like my surgeon explained, it's kind of like if you have a car with 4 shock absorbers, if you remove one shock absorber, that might work temporarily, but all the other ones are going to wear quicker. So what's happening to me is my hips, my knees, my ankles, everything on me is starting to hurt a lot more because I have no disc there. So where this became a big problem is after I explanted, I'm like, I'm going to hyper focus on building my glutes. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to build my glutes. But those exercises you have to do, progressive overload to build your glutes, like heavy squats and leg presses, I just can't do it. I have literally no disc. It is completely bone on bone right here. There's just no way. I can't do it. I do it and I'm in pain, like horrible pain, like can't sleep, can't get up in the morning. It's horrible when I do those things. So that's what drove me to do the CAT scan and the MRI and ultimately decide this. Now, before some of you say, well, what about stem cells or PRP? I've done all that. I've done all of it. I've done all the things. You can't grow back what's not there. Stem cells would grow back something that's still partially there. Mine is completely MIA. It's left the building. It is completely gone. So anyways, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing I'm doing a really cool newer technology disc replacement. I'm going to be sharing here. I know a lot of you navigate lower back pain. If that's you, I'd love to hear, do you want to follow this journey? What did you do for yours? Did you have a surgery? I'd love to hear, did you have a fusion? Did you have a disc replacement? Are you happy? Do you regret? Like, tell me all the things that